Is Q warning us about a possible attack that's being coordinated by the deep state and cued by secret messages in plain sight? Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. Today I just want to start, as I always do, by saying thank you to each and every one of my subscribers. If you're not a subscriber yet, come here to the landing page, go ahead and click the red button here, and then hit the bell for notifications if you want to have the videos as they become available. Because like I say every video, as soon as it becomes available to me, I will make it available to you. But getting to Q. Now, this is where we left off. Q was running a security test, and the comms went off, and then you see here, they came back. Sec test, comms good. Nice try, Q. Then we have a very ominous tweet that says, or post that says, Stanislav Lunev, the bridge, payback for today. Now I'm going to get into some pretty crazy stuff here, so bear with me. Let's just go with what we have here. Okay, so first we have Stanislav Lunev. Now, who is Stanislav Lunev? He was born in the family of a Soviet army officer. He graduated from Suvorov Military School, which is like West Point in Russia, I've heard. Then from Joint Arms High Command Military Academy, or actually I think that might be the West Point one. But then he worked at the GRU, which is the KGB formerly. He was an officer in Singapore, in China, in the United States, and he defected to the United States in 1992. Now, why is this all important? Well, this is all going to tie into a pretty crazy set of thoughts and ideas, but you guys gonna just stick with me on this one. So, he actually warned us about the active measures that the USSR at the time was going to put into play if we were to go to war, a hot war with them. They had various plans to actually sabotage various parts of our economy and our infrastructure as a first strike, or as a deterrent to a first strike, or as a response to a first strike, I guess I would say more correctly. One of those was the suitcase bombs, and we'll get into that later. But and he also had this one that's crazy where they put poison supplies near tributaries to major U.S. reservoirs, and they were going to dump them in as an act of biological warfare if and when we were to go to war with them. Wow, that's crazy. Now, the bridge. Let's talk about that for a second, just to kind of go off of what Q is giving us here, right? So, the bridge. This is just, I don't know if this is related at all, but it's kind of funny that there's a bridge TV show that aired here in the United States in 2013, and then there was a bridge that aired in Russia in 2017. So, let's just quickly go over the plot of these shows. They're both based off of a Danish-Swedish series called Brøn, right? And it's basically, the whole premise of this one, the American one, is that there's a judge who is anti-immigration, right? And he ends up getting killed and left for dead on the railroad between, railroad crossing, right on the border of Texas and Chihuahua, which is in Mexico. And the whole show is about how they need to work together to find out who committed this atrocity or crime. And it's kind of funny. It says American judge known for anti-immigration views is found dead on a bridge connecting up. And it aired on FX. I'm sorry about that. And basically it cast these people, and you guys can go read this for yourself. But then it's funny, in 2017 there was another show called The Bridge, and it was a Russian version with the same exact plot, where there was a body the discovery of a female corpse, it says, that had been cut in half, and one side was on the Russian border and one side was on the border with Estonia. And it forces these two agencies to work together in almost the exact same kind of, they probably set it up with a similar type of thing, right? So that's just something to look at. So I'm going to leave that for you guys. I don't want to get too far into it. But let's go back to Stanislav Lunev. And, yeah, you have these crazy things. I've watched some of the interviews with him. where he explains it. I found some articles. That's not something we're going to get into yet, but here are the articles. You have him here with other intelligence officers who talked about a complex in the Yamantau mountain ranges here, where they have these huge Washington, like the Beltway sized bases that are all underground for the elite if they were going to war. Then there's another one where he talks about how they continue, like they were developing elaborate war plans against the United States, including domestic sabotage, assassination of political leaders, and the use of chemical and nuclear weaponry. Then you have another one here where it says that he claimed that Colonel Lunev claimed that about 74 suitcase nukes were had been placed in the United States, and which could be detonated, and that's terrifying. But hopefully those have all been found and gotten out. But here, let's get into like the meat and potatoes, what this whole thing I think could tie into, and it's crazy to think that. So this is an ANON who posts on a Reddit board, and he cut out that part from the Wikipedia talking about the Potomac, right? Then you look at this, right, and Q already did this where he broke down the tweet of Comey and said it's a code, right? It was a code to Andrew McCabe at the time. We'll go ahead and look at that real quick before we look at this. Now here's that tweet being translated by Q. He says, James Comey tweet. Translation. Special Agent Andrew McCabe stood tall over the last 8 months. Do not talk. When small people, sheep, were trying to tear down an institution we all depend on, cover, he served with distinction for 2 years. We own you and your family. I wish Andy well, 187. I also wish continued strength for the rest of the FBI, general threat to others. America needs you. Activate sleeper cells. Now, my question is this an act to activate sleeper cells here? And is Q going to break this down further and say that there was an attempt here maybe that was a nice try, that Lunev and that we knew about it and that we stopped it back from February 6th, that there was going to be this false flag, basically. This is all up for you. I'm leaving this for you guys in the comments, but this is crazy to me that I'm even in a position to cover this kind of information. But I'm going to leave it for everybody in the comments because I don't want to make any I don't want to make any early judgments here. But given the fact that Q already let us know that Comey's using this Twitter account to speak in messages, and we have Trump giving us messages from his tweet account, is Twitter just a way to communicate, or is Twitter one way to communicate these deep state messages so that they can get the message out to the people who are going to effectively commit the atrocities? That's a question. But it says, I've heard people have missed my photo tweets. I took this yesterday during a long, peaceful walk by the Potomac on a break from putting finishing touches on my book. I'm looking forward to its release and joining the discussion about ethical leadership. Now, I'm going to take you to the Redditor that posed this, and we're going to look at what his thoughts are on interpreting this real quick. So this is the thread here on CBTS Stream, and it was posted by this guy here, OLJWO. Thank you very much for doing that. And then there's a lot of talk here, but I like this one. It says keywords: long peaceful walk, finishing touches, looking forward to its release, ethical leadership. So, and then it gives you a link to a video. And is this something that we need to look at further? I'm going to leave that for you guys in the comments. But yeah, that is pretty crazy. I don't know what to put that, how to even put that into words. But again, if you're looking to support the channel, you can do it a few different ways. The first way you can do it is you can come here to the landing page, and you can go ahead and click the red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications, and please, please, please comment. If you have a thought, if you have an idea, if you have a question, or if you want to share a verse from the Bible, whatever it is, please leave it in the comments, because that's what makes this channel work. It's what keeps us alive and moving forward, and it's the least that I think I could ask for you guys to do, because I just want to get the dialogue going. I want to get everybody involved. I want to spread this information far and wide, and the further and wider the better. So help me do that in the comments and by hitting subscribe. You guys are doing a great service for this channel and your country, I believe, by helping us get this information out to the public as we go through such tumultuous times. But if you want to do more, hypothetically, come here and check out my Just Informed Talk Patreon pages, patreon.com. Just come here and you can click the red button and become a patron. Go ahead, if you want to find my page, just search Just Informed Talk right here in the search bar. And you can give a donation. If you want to give $1, that's fine. If you want to give 100, that's fine too. There's rewards you can come check out, and there's a goal here that we're trying to get to 100 patrons. And but you guys come look at that for yourself. But I just want to take a second and say we all need to remember that God is alive. He's here with us, and He'll be with you as long as you can open your heart to Him. There's nothing that will ever keep us away from the Lord besides ourselves. We have to be open to His love and His power, and we have to use the power of prayer to contact Him and to bring Him into our lives on a daily basis, because that's the only way that we can truly be saved from the times that are ahead. We're always going to be guaranteed tough times, but I really pray that He blesses and takes care of everyone who is listening, and even those who are not. I pray for everyone, and I hope that you guys take away, if you don't take anything else away from this, please take away that God loves you, and He's there for you. All you have to do is open your heart to Him, and He will come in and bring the light and bring you blessings. And as we will bring light where there's darkness, the Lord can bring light into your soul if it's been dark for a while. It's never too late. So please come back, and we'd love to have you. All of us Christians and God-loving people. I just want to say thank you for all the comments too. You guys are great and amazing. But I'll leave it there. This has been Just Informed Talk. I'm Craig. God bless and Godspeed.